So much of a company has to be built and so much has to happen before you ever earn a dollar of revenue. So, how can you understand or determine if your startup is on the right path before you start making money? And there's three measures of success that you can look at. Hey, folks, if we haven't met before, I'm Kenneth Burke. I grew a company from 0 to 20 million as their head of marketing. I built my own business. I earned some master degrees and awards. And now I help other founders and marketing leaders like you take the guesswork out of growth. So if that's interesting, subscribe, share with a friend. So, what are these three ways that you can measure your business to see if you're making progress before you ever make money? Well, number one is to get clarity for tough questions, to get clear answers for tough questions. And so, whenever you're starting out with an idea and you're trying to build a product and a company, you are making so many assumptions. You're assuming things like the problem I have or that I see is the same problem that others in the market experience. You're making assumptions like, I'd be willing to pay for this. Of course, others will be willing to pay for this. And so, what you need to do is work through all of the things that you are making decisions around, all the things that have to be true in order for this company to work, and then turn those into questions. And as you turn them into questions, like the examples I just gave, then you can start having customer interviews and seeing if these things come up in conversation. So, for instance, if you just ask somebody in your target market about their day in the life, do they actually bring up the problem that you have in mind? Then what solutions are they currently using? Are the solutions good enough? Do they even like paying for the current solutions? There are all these things in there that you can start checking your assumptions against and getting answers to. And so for every uh, clear answer you get, you can know that you are one step closer to building a viable business. And if you can't get clear answers, if it's gray at best or murky, that might tell you that you need to change your strategy or pivot. You might need to find something that's a more prominent problem to solve for, or you might need a solution that is better tailored to what people are currently looking for. So that's number one. Number two is, have you said no to enough things? So whenever you're a startup and everything's ideas and opportunities, the world is your oyster. And there's a million things that you could do, there's a million people you could serve. And what you have to do is rein that in into one thing. You need one clear problem for one clear person that you can solve with one clear product in one specific way. And if you've got clarity around that, then you have reached a huge milestone on your path to building a business that people are going to willing or that customers are going to be willing to pay for and keep paying for. If you haven't, you need to do some work with your co-founders or yourself. You need to do some more work with your customers to figure out what is that one thing that you can really make a difference in. So that's two. Number three to look at is, what are signals people are showing now to say that they may be or they will be willing to pay for this product in the future. And this could be myriad things, right? First of all, I like to say that everything is theory until people actually pay for it. And so if somebody just says, "Oh, I like this idea," or "Yeah, of course I pay for it," I would warn you not to trust them. You really want to stress test this. You want to see what actions people take in your favor. And so, things you can look for: if you have a prototype, how many daily active users do you have? Or if you have some beta users on it or alpha testers, how often are they coming back to the platform? Um, if you are having customer conversations or conversations with people in your network, how often are they giving you referrals, or how often are they recommending what you're doing to other people to talk to? That can tell you if you're on the right track, if this might be something people are interested in and willing to pay for. Um, Another one is, if you could throw up a landing page to create some initial interest. You've probably seen this a lot of, hey, request access for whenever this is available, or go ahead and subscribe to our mailing list for this. Those can be good signals as well. And what you really want to look for here pre-revenue is how many people ask to try the product. So how many people are requesting that early access to be a beta, or trying to give you money as soon as you're ready. So those are three things you can look at, three ways you can measure your company to see if you're on the right track. There's an honorable mention I like to throw in here, which is just choosing a co-founder, because if you are an individual, you probably need other skills to help you bring this idea to life. But I'll have to do another video for how to choose a co-founder, because that's a pretty rich topic. It gets pretty in the weeds. But follow these three things. If you have questions about this, email me at burkebits@gmail.com. I'm happy to talk through it with you. And again, if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe for more. Share this with an entrepreneur friend in need, and let's grow better together.